Hi YouTube, it's Lena, and look, I got myself a real adult haircut, which means I actually paid somebody to do it. And so far I really like it, but this is the way they styled it. So we're gonna see if I can even remotely style it myself, and we will go from there. But we're not here to talk about hair. We're here to talk about empties. Yay! Anyways, so beginning of the year, let's talk about some goals that I have for this year. So I actually want to hit $4,000 in empties this year, which means I need to finish like this number a month. I blew that number out the water this month because you're gonna see at the end what my number is, and it's insane. I just finished off some expensive stuff this month. So that definitely put me on the road to that, and we'll see if I can keep it up. But as always, first I'm gonna start with my makeup, and then I'm gonna do the full travel size, and then I'm gonna do the samples because I'm hitting my samples hard this year too. So there's gonna end up being a lot of full samples in these, so be ready. Anyways, first off, I finally finished this booger because it was almost done at the end of last year, so I finally managed to finish it off. This is the Urban Decay De-Slick Makeup Setting Spray in the old packaging, which is why I bought this, because I don't usually like to pay full price for this because it's kind of expensive for what it is. It's really good, don't get me wrong, but you know, it's really hard to be wanting to pay $36 for a full-size bottle of this. I paid $18 for it, and that's fine. 36, I gotta be ready to treat myself. This has to be like my one sitting around. It can't be like number 4 or 5 sitting around when I'm paying $36. But I do really like this. I do think it helps keep me matte. I think the all-nighter helps keep me matte too. I can't really tell the difference between these two. So I would purchase it again, but at some kind of discount, whether it's like it's for a VIB sale from Ulta for 20% off or what have you. Oh, this was a nightmare. I only used this like twice. I got this as part of an Ulta purchase. Like, you bought $15 in CoverGirl, you got a makeup bag, there's new setting spray and a makeup sponge. This is awful. Like, it didn't expand at all. It's hard. Can you hear that? It is hard as a rock, y'all. So I don't even think they sell this, and good on them because it sucks. But I tried to use it. Here we got some brow gel, nothing too exciting, but I do use it. This is the NYX Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. This is a clear brow gel. If I buy drugstore, this is usually what I buy because I have really wild eyebrow hairs. I've called them crazy grandpa hairs in the past because they stick out really bad, like, you know, old professors and stuff like that. You know, like the image of the old professor, like the eyebrow sticking out everywhere. Mine naturally do that. They're very wiry. So this holds them in place pretty well. The Anastasia brow gel does the best, but that's like $22 and this is like $5.99. And this does the trick pretty well. So this is usually what I buy. Of course, I could just go back to my really old school days and just use hairspray on a mascara wand. That's what I'm trying to say. Just use hairspray on a mascara wand because that's what I used to do back in the day before eyebrow gel was a thing. I don't recommend it because when it rains it will get in your eye. This was the bane of my existence, and I only finished it because I am a stubborn bastard. This is the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat Liquid Foundation. This sucks. Like, I had to mix this with so many different things to make it work. The color was a little bit too light for me, or just something was wrong with the color of this, so it did not work for me. I think it was just too light, but looking at it, I don't know. I'm wearing like a bunch of bronzer and stuff right now too, so who knows if this is correct or not. But yeah, like, not only did it not be the right color, it did not keep me matte. Stay matte my flat ass. I don't have a flat ass, but stay matte my ass. So no, I do not recommend this. I do not suggest seeking it out. I got it because I heard that the powder was really good, so maybe the foundation would be good. That is not the case. There's a reason nobody talks about that foundation. I got a lot of NYX this month. The NYX Pore Filler, this is just a little miniature size of it. I do really like this. I've used up a couple of these minis before, and I'm now working on a full size. Not everybody agrees, but I think this is pretty comparable to the Benefit Porefessional, but it doesn't have that smell. It is just a little bit, for lack of a better way to describe it, a little bit greasier than the Benefit Professional, but it still doesn't make me get greasy when I wear it, which is what I think is really important. So overall, if you like the Benefit Professional and you want to try a cruelty-free version, or you're like me and you just really hate the smell of the Benefit one, or you find the Benefit one to be too expensive for what it is, I think this is a comparable dupe. Not everybody agrees, but I think it is. Here we have the Urban Decay Ozone Lip Liner. It's completely falling apart. I do really like this. It's for a lip liner, but I don't like paying the full price for it because I go through this in like less than 2 months. When I buy, like just straight out buy a clear lip liner, I tend to pick up the Rimmel one. But I want to try like the Milani one and a couple of other ones that are out now instead of picking up the Rimmel one necessarily when I run out of them. But like this I got in the makeup swap box that was traveling around last year that I participated in. So I do really like it. If I could get it on sale, I would totally buy it. If they ever discontinued it and put it half off, I would buy like 5 of them. Because it is really good. Like it fills in my lips and it takes away all the lines that are in my lips and just helps lipstick stick to my lips a little bit better without having to worry about the color that's necessarily underneath it. But it's just $16 for something that I go through in like 2 months. You know? Here we have a little bit of a gimmicky product, and I don't know if they sell this anymore. Like I didn't see it the last time I looked at the hard candy display at Walmart. But it is the Hard Candy Glamouflage Mix and Drops Turn Me Matte. This is, I think Cover FX makes some kind of matte drops that you can mix into foundations. Well, this is similar, and of course because it laid on one side there's a little bit of product left in it, but I'm not going to fight with it anymore. The stopper on this is absolutely horrible. Like it won't suck up anything. I had to sit there and scrape all the product out that I could, and once I couldn't get any more out, I declared it done. However, it actually works. Like this was one of the things that made this semi-tolerable, was that it helped make it more matte. Fortunately, I cannot find this anymore. Like not in the local Walmarts to me anyway. Maybe I can get this online from walmart.com. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. I actually did really like this for what it was. It's just the packaging is really, really bad. This needs to be in like a squeezy tube or something. If it was in a squeezy tube, I would recommend it and totally seek it out a whole lot harder. Let's see. I have a lip gloss. I finished a lip gloss. Yay. A full-size one even. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Slicks lip gloss. I think they're discontinuing these in favor of like newer ones because they're like for sale half off on the website. This was clear, but because I put it over like red lipstick, it went pink. But otherwise, it's a good lip gloss, especially for being like, you know, $2.99 or whatever it is. If you can get it and you want a lip gloss, I definitely recommend it. This was, like I said, this was a clear one, but they do have colors as well. Let's see. Here is the Julep Cushion Complexion 5-in-1 Skin Perfector with Turmeric. I used this as a concealer, and it actually worked really nicely for that. However, this is $30 freaking. Now, I will say this did last me way longer than I expected. It lasted me like a solid 3 to 4 months, but I have concealers that I like from the drugstore, so unless I was getting a Julep Maven box where for $24.99 you can get like 2 to 3 makeup products in it, not necessarily their nail polish, but makeup products. And that, if I got one of those again, I would get this again probably, but just buying it outright, I wouldn't, because the price is a little steep for me. Can't get this anymore, unfortunately. This is the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Sheer Sun Serum Bronzer, but I do really like it. This is something that I would use to actually darken this a little bit with, and I have a couple of these, so that's why I only went through one this month. But they don't make it anymore, which is unfortunate because it actually worked really nicely to either darken foundations or to actually use like as a liquid bronzer. Like it actually does work really nicely for that. Whew. Okay, the IT Cosmetics mascara. This is the Hello Lashes mascara. I did not like this. I did not care for it at all. Now, one problem is that it might have sat in my collection for a little too long and got a little on the dry side, like a little on the too dry side to work. But I mixed some contact solution in here, which is a little trick that people say that you can do to, you know, make a mascara go for a little bit longer, and it seemed to revive it fine. And I still didn't like it. Like, it just didn't do much for my lashes, so I would not recommend that. And here is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. It's all gone. Mine is in the shade medium brown because that's what came with a Sephora Favorites kit a couple of years ago when I bought it. My spoolie broke off. And I've heard of this happening to a lot of people. Apparently not everybody, but a lot of people. Like as soon as I heard some people complain about it, I was like, that's never happened to me before. Maybe they're handling it too wrong. Like 2 days later, running it through my thing, it just cracks off. I jinxed myself by thinking that. I think it's what happened. But this is actually really nice, but every drugstore brow pencil I've used has also been pretty nice, like in comparison to this. Like they don't seem to be that different. So I will probably not purchase that. Now if you got a kind of hard to find eye color, not eye color, if you have a hard to find like hair color that you need and that they make a perfect one for that, it's a really good brow pencil. So you don't have to feel bad about purchasing it or anything. It's just, look at my brows. They're like kind of ashy brown. This was honestly a little dark for me, but because I normally, at least I'm going to be doing it again very soon. I was waiting to cut my hair first. Dye my hair some pretty wild colors. I need some statement brows to kind of go with them to make sure that my face doesn't just disappear with the hair. So let's go over the makeup samples real quick, and then I will get into perfumes, and then I will get into everything there. Oh wait, I actually have a blush. Teeny tiny blush. This is actually the Mom's Frat Boy blush. I am so happy to be done with it. It is a very pretty blush. I will insert a picture of it here. But this teeny tiny little tiny eyeshadow thing took me forever to use up. So I can't imagine trying to go through a full size. That gives me nightmares. Makeup samples. I have the Bare Minerals Complexion Rescue foundation that I do really like, but I just don't have quite a good explanation as to why. This is an 05 natural. Because it's kind of a light coverage, you can get away with using shades that aren't your own. So my shade is actually like 02, and so you can see that you can stretch it pretty far. Like I've used the 07 shade before and just mixed in a little bit of mix-in foundation stuff, like the NYX mixer, and it works fine. So I don't know exactly how good the shade range is, but this is one that you can really stretch over several complexions. I used another one of these sets blot and translucent powder thingies. I've shown these before, but because I have a couple of them. But the thing is, it's like it comes with a little powder puff with some powder spread out over this thing right here. And it does blot your makeup really well. For some reason, these things smell like alcohol, like rubbing alcohol. So I'm sure that's like one of the ingredients that helps you remattify or something. So take that into consideration, but my skin does not react badly to alcohol, so I don't mind using them. I probably wouldn't buy them though. Like I got these as part of a swap. Here we have the Supergoop SPF 45 Invincible Setting Powder. This had enough to do like my forehead. I have no opinion on it because there was so little. And here is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro Powder Foundation in 25 Hazelnut. I used it to contour with, so it worked well for that. Okay, perfumes. I finished the Jorel Parker Classico perfume. This is what became the Harvey Prince Sincerely perfume, which I do really like. I will insert notes here because I'm not very good at describing scents. I also used up a sample of Viva La Juicy. Quick question, for my makeup and perfume empties at the end of the year, should I keep these? Because so many people do, but I've never thought before to keep perfume samples. So like I wouldn't count them in totals. I don't even count my perfume in actual like number totals. I just keep them because other people do. People like to see that. But yeah, let me know. I even kept like the card to it. But the scent notes, are they on here? I don't see them, so I will just insert them here. My mother bought me I think 1 ounce of this for Christmas, so I actually do really like it. Actual stuff in a box. Here we have the Got To Be Fresh It Up Dry Shampoo. This smelled really good, but it didn't work the greatest at degreasing my hair. And I know people online that love this, so if you're somebody that doesn't like a huge white cast, this might be for you. I actually need that white cast to soak up all the crap in my hair. So I need like a really powdery, dry shampoo, like Batiste and stuff like that. Here we have the Noble Through Skin 28 Remedy Balancing Toner. I finally finished this booger. It's expensive too. This is like $55 apparently. I got this through 0.8 liter, but yeah. This was really nice as an essence, which is like just a bonus boost of hydration to your skin, which despite me being oily, it's not bad to moisturize your skin, people. But this is too expensive for me. And I'm using one right now from, I think it's Skin Food, that's like $18 and works just as well. So here's a Zany Lady spray, and I love this one. It is expendable, which is cherries, water, and a little bit of luck. I have killed the label on this. It was a red shirt from Star Trek. I would totally repurchase this. They don't sell this size of bottle anymore. You can just only get the 2-ounce bottles now, but I would totally repurchase this in a 2-ounce bottle. I finally finished this. This is also something that took me forever, which makes me scared to buy the full size. It is the Body Shop Tea Tree Skin Clearing Facial Wash. This is only 2 ounces, and it took me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months to finish it. I only used it at night. I didn't use it twice a day. But yeah, this is actually really nice if you need like a acne face wash and you don't mind the smell of tea tree, because I know some people hate it. My husband in particular hates the smell of tea tree. I like it. But this would last me forever. Like a full size, I would never run out. It would go back probably before I ran out. So I would honestly just buy the mini if you buy it, which is only like I think $5 or $6. I got it on sale. They were having a sale on their minis when I got this. But it's really good for acne prone skin. Another Zany Lady product, because I always have a couple. This is Pass It On. I will have to insert the scent notes to it here. Their new scrubs are just as good as the old formula, because they had to change it because of shipping issues. They would like leak in transit and stuff like that. I actually like their new formula better, because not only is it still really moisturizing, they rinse off a lot easier than they used to, because I didn't even realize it until I went and started using up one of my older formulas, was that they kind of cling to the skin, whereas this one rinses off really quickly. I can't get this from Ulta anymore, and it pisses me off. This is the Japanesque Makeup Brush Cleanser in the citrus scent. I could use this to spot clean like my eyeshadow brushes. And like I said, they don't sell it at Ulta anymore. They don't sell anything from Japanesque at Ulta anymore. So now I have to buy it like on Amazon, which I just bought a brush spot cleaner from Sephora. I bought the Sephora brand one actually. And if that is not any good, or if it stinks, I'm just going to be buying the 16 ounce from Amazon. This is only the 4.25 ounce, but it does work really well. And you could use your brushes after like letting them dry for like 5 minutes. It doesn't make them super greasy or anything like that. And I really like the citrus smell of this, so yeah. Unfortunately, you can't buy it from Ulta anymore, which sucks because I was totally going to. I actually have 2 razors this month. My Dollar Shave Club razor broke again. Things break a lot easier than they used to, and I don't know what to think about that. But I mean, you still get a really close shave. You don't get a lot of nicks from it. I still recommend them, even though I now have to replace them several times a year, whereas I didn't used to have to. This asshole, on the other hand, this made me stop shaving until my new one came in, because I busted this out of a pack I had in my closet. This is the Bic Soleo. I'll say it right here. This cut the crap out of my legs multiple times before I was like, you know what? I could just be hairy-legged. Because I'm one of those weirdos that shaves in the winter. Apparently that's weird, because I can't stand to not shave. It makes me itch. So, I shave no matter what the season is. But, this cut the absolute piss out of me. So, not only did I throw this one in my empties, I threw out the other 3 that I had in the pack. It's a disposable. They're not gonna be great, but nothing. I've had disposables before that were much better than this, so don't buy these. I had a bad experience with them. Let's see. Here we have the Tata Harper Clarifying Mask. This stunk to high heaven. Like, not. Why am I opening it to smell it? What is wrong with me? Not like it was a bad product. It smells bad. It smells so bad it gave me a headache. However, it is a really good mask. Like, it left my skin feeling so clean and so smooth afterwards. But for Tata Harper prices especially, I could not handle the scent of this to be using it again and again. I just couldn't. If you can get past that scent though, it is really good. Tata Harper products usually are. I didn't care much for the serum I used last year, but their masks, I've never had bad results from their masks. That one just stinks. Here we have the Belief Moisturizing Eye Balm. They know what they're doing with their stuff because I really like this. It's been a long time since I bought a full-size eye cream. Like, the only one I purchased last year was from Olay that I'm about to start using soon. But next time I'm probably just gonna buy this because this is really good, and I think it's not that much difference in price from the Olay one that I bought. So yeah, this just feels so nice on the under eyes. Like, the under eyes, for my face, I want like a gel, really light moisturizer so that it doesn't feel really heavy. My under eyes, on the other hand, I want, especially at night, I want something super duper moisturizing, and this fits the bill. Lip scrub. This is the Wet n Wild Perfect Pout lip scrub in the citrus scent. Oh god, did I miss it? It smells really good. I like the smell of this one better than their watermelon one. I'm just not as, I like citrus more than I like watermelon scents, is really the only thing. This is a drier scrub, so it's kind of messy, but you get a lot of product for $3.99. It lasted me for months. Like, it lasted me way longer than I was expecting it to. So if they make this a permanent part of their collection, this is what I'm going to be buying for lip scrubs from now on, because it's really good. Like, it smells really good. It doesn't taste like ass if you get some in your mouth like some lip scrubs can. I normally really like the e.l.f. one with the little stick thing because it's really easy to use, but you get so much more product in these. So there you go. I did go through 2 eye creams this month because this one had like no product in it. This is the 111 Skin Space Defense Bright Eye Lift Gel. Like I said, I like my eye creams to be really thick. This was too light for me. And like I said, I did not get a lot of product in here because it just stopped pumping one day. No more product. I mean, I only used this for like 2 weeks. And this is an expensive ass eye cream. Here we have the Briogeo Don't Despair Repair Deep Conditioning Mask. These are always really nice. They are just kind of expensive for what they are, but they are really nice. But you can usually kind of hunt these down on my subscription addiction swap site if you are really into these but just don't want to pay the price. That's how I got a full-size one that I'm planning to use at some point this year. Here is the Ven Effect Micro Exfoliant. This was nice. Not quite enough scrub for me. When I use the scrub, and I only use them like twice a week, so I'm not using this stuff like every day. When I use them, I want them to be a little bit scrubbier, honestly. And I know some people say you shouldn't use a physical exfoliant on your face, it's not good for it. I really like it. And I want it to be a little bit scrubbier. Like, that was a pretty mild scrub. Speaking of scrubs you shouldn't use every day, this is what my husband uses, and he does throw in his empties with mine now. So usually once a month we get something from Brian. And this is what he likes to use every time he washes his face. And I've told him you shouldn't scrub your face every time, but he don't listen to me. Here's the St. Ives Blemish Control Apricot Scrub. Like I said, this is what he uses, and he seems to really like it, so this is what I keep buying him. He will use the Walmart Equate version though. Like, there doesn't seem to be enough of a difference to stop him from using that one. I hated this. I mentioned this in my BoxyCharm video for the month. This is the Spun Gel Body Wash Infused Buffer, and this was a Blossom Bliss. If they had this in a body wash, I would buy it. I would buy it for like 20 bucks, honestly. Like, I would treat this as like, just let me stick to the back of this. I would treat this as like an expensive body wash treat for myself. But because it's in this weird sponge thing that I have to keep in my shower, and it never fully dries, which kind of creeps me out, and because it's like this big awkward flower shape, it's kind of hard to get it in all the parts of your body that you need to get body wash into to make sure you don't stink. So No, especially not for no $20. Oh, this is something I really like. This is the Olay Daily Facials Gentle Clean 4-in-1 Activated Cloths. I actually really love these for taking off my makeup. They feel kind of wasteful, honestly, because I'm having to throw something away every day that I use them. So I try not to use them every day. I try to use like my oils and stuff to take off my makeup most days too, although this does also wash my face, so it's a 2-in-1 step for me. What I love these best for is traveling, because I go see my mother every 2 to 3 months and I stay there for a couple of days, and when I do, I usually just throw a bunch of cloths in my bag rather than packing a face wash now, because I don't have to deal with anything liquid. And if I don't use them, I can just leave them in there for the next trip that I make. I know I'm going to be traveling in April for a friend's wedding, and you know these are going to come with me. Let's see. I finished the shampoo to the conditioner. This is the L'Oreal Everpure Sulfate Free Moisture Shampoo in Rosemary. When I was at the hairstylist today, they said that if somebody's going to get something from the drugstore, this is the line that they usually recommend. Which, of course, they're Ulta. They're trying to get you to buy, you know, Redken and stuff like that. That's what they use. That's what they use, honestly, is Redken. Which a lot of salons use Redken, so I'm not that surprised. But I really did like the formula of this. I've mentioned this a million times before. I hate the smell of this. It stinks to me. Just, I can't do with this smell. So, I would not buy. This was sent to me from Influencer. I would not buy this scent. I would buy other ones that smelled better to me, though. Damn, I went through a lot of scrubs and stuff this month. Here's the Dr. Brandt Microdermabrasion. I love to get samples from Dr. Brandt. I would never buy any of their stuff because their bottles only come like half to a third full. But it's a good product, just you never get enough. Let's see. Couple more things and then we'll get into masks and samples, like sheet masks and samples. Huggies cleansing wipes. I use these with my makeup bag, like to remove swatches and stuff. They were fine for that. The Generation Clay Brightening Purple Clay Mask. I got this in an Ipsy bag in December and I actually really liked this. So, like, it just left my face feeling really nice and smooth and soft and all that stuff. I have no idea where to get this. So, here we have the EcoTools Mask Sponge. I like these. These help me mask more, which is always a good thing because I have a ton of freaking masks. And before I get into those, I have nail polishes that I forgot to mention with my makeup. Anyways, this is the Nails Inc. Nail Kale Superfood Base Coat. It was good for a base coat. I know there's still some product in here, but I have to like flip it around to get to the product now, especially since it's so freaking square. And I'm just like, I can't be bothered. I have another base coat that I'm using right now that is just as fine. So I've gotten like 1.5 to 2 years of use out of this. I've gotten my money's worth. But you can buy cheaper from the drugstore. That'll do the same thing. But this was nice. And here is the Orly in a Snap Quick Dry Top Coat. They still sell a Quick Dry Top Coat. It's just not called this anymore. This was really good for a top coat. Once again, once they get really low like this and I can't easily get to the product anymore, they are done for me. Like, I can't be flipping them around constantly trying to get my brush coated. I flipped it around for quite a while before I was trying to, like, what am I doing? I have another top coat. I liked this better than the top coat I'm using now because this is quick dry and the one I'm using right now is not. I got it from an Ipsy bag. That's the only reason I have it. If I buy top coats, I buy quick dry because I can't sit still long enough for stuff to dry usually. Anyways, as I was saying, I would actually repurchase this, or whatever the new one is for them now, I would repurchase that. Sheet masks. I actually have a lot. I have even more down here. I just flung a piece of one. Anyways, this I got from 0.8 liter. It is the SNP, what does this say? Shining Nature Purity Jeju Volcanic Ash Mask. This was pretty nice. They're a little on the expensive side, so I probably wouldn't purchase them, but I have a bunch more that I can use. Because usually when they send you masks from 0.8 liter, they send you a pack of them. Here is the simple hydrating sheet mask. I didn't think this was anything special, so I would not purchase that. The EPL facial essence mask, collagen with vitamin E. This smelled a little weird. Like, maybe it's just, you know, the vitamin E in here. It smelled kind of not bad, just kind of weird. Here we have the Sephora grape eye masks. If I can't get a hold of the Wander Beauty eye masks that are like one of the few that will actually stay on my eye when I move around, these will do in a pinch for that, because I do think they kind of depuff my eyes, and I have some puffy ass eyes sometimes. And these, if I don't look down, will stay in place, like if I'm just sitting at my computer. The Wander Beauty ones will stay in place if I look down, so that's why I like them even more. And you can buy those in a pack, whereas these you can only buy like one. They only come in like one per thing. You have to buy like multiples of them. Here we have the NOHJ Intracell 24K Gold Therapy Mask. This thing looks crazy. I wish I had taken a picture of it. But it was nice. I wouldn't necessarily seek this out, but I tend to just end up with them from like mystery bags from people. I have two masks from number 7. The pink one is the Restore and Renew Face and Neck, and the blue one is the Protect and Perfect Normal mask. Then this one had like a neck piece that kind of hung down, but it didn't attach very well, so I wouldn't really care about that. This one I would repurchase because I do feel like I get some nice, you know, moisturizing and serum boosting results. But and these, although they're like $5.99, which is kind of pricey for these, they have the little ear things so that you can, you know, move around a little bit when you're using your mask and you don't have to worry about it flopping off of you. Whew. Here we have the Misha Super Aqua Cell Renew Snail Hydrogel Mask. This was fine. This was a little bit overwrought. This is the Tony Moly I'm Peach Layering Mask. Now, when I bought this, I wasn't really looking at it. I bought it online, so it's part of the problem. I thought that this was like a serum that you put on and then you put the mask on top of it with its own serum, so you like put them together and they're really nice. These are like peach slice patches that you put on, that they say to put on like your most liney area. So like I put 2 here and 2 here, like the little picture says. Something about these burned my eyes. And it didn't even smell that much like peach, which is what I was really hoping for when buying a peach mask. So I would not buy this again. I don't even want to necessarily buy the other types of these because my experience with that was so meh. And finally, before we get into a couple of foils, we have the Masquerade Hydrating Lip Mask. These don't really do anything, but I got this one through Yes Oh Yas. This was part of one of my Yes Oh Yas bags that I did last month because I forgot to film my December one, so I just filmed December and January together. This was in one of those, but I don't mind getting stuff like this in boxes because I'll use them and they're fine. I would never buy one of these. I've never had one that has done something special. Oh, foils. Here we have the Believe True Cream Moisturizing Balm. I love the Aqua Balm. The moisturizing balm is a little heavy for me, but if you have normal to dry skin, I would recommend it. This was weird. This is the Skin Food Watery Berry Wrap Mask. This is an overnight sleeping mask. I did not realize that when I opened it up, and that's my fault. So, because I would have used this at the end of my routine, but instead I only used it for like 15 minutes and wiped it off, and it was really, really sticky at that, so I do not like this. Tatcha, the Deep Cleanse. This is their cleanser. This is really nice, but Tatcha is too expensive. Especially for a cleanser that you wash the majority of it down the drain. Kiehl's Midnight Recovery Cleansing Oil. This was fine, but I don't want to pay Kiehl's prices. And finally, the Vichy Mineral 89 Skin Fortifying Daily Booster. For an essence, this is really, really good. And if I didn't purchase the Skin Food one again, this is probably what I would purchase, because Vichy isn't that horribly expensive either. Whew, so that is it. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I do really appreciate it, and hopefully I will see you later. Bye!